Hi, welcome to Nonnashere. I'm Nonna. If you've been here before, welcome back. If this is your first time visiting, welcome. I hope you'll consider hitting that subscribe button. Also, if you like my video, I hope you'll give me a thumbs up. I love it when people give me a like, comment, I love reading your comments, and a share. Today's a very... Stop the presses. This video was made to be in collaboration with another crafter, but she canceled today's video collaboration. But I'm going to show you my video anyway. This is a video making two different signs. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for visiting today. DIY number 1. All right, so here we are at my craft table. And for my first sign, I'm going to use this. I got it at the thrift store. I think I paid $1 for it. It will sit up all by itself. What caught my eye was Home Sweet Home, the sentiment. Plus I liked the font, the script font, and wasn't crazy about the picture on top, but we all know that we crafters can get rid of that real fast with some paint. So here's the plan. I'm going to tape off this silver plate and I'm going to paint this and the edge and around the silver paint black with my Waverly chalk paint in ink, which is black. All right. Then I'm going to take these 3 boxes that I got at Dollar Tree. One is a heart that says blessed. One is a cloud that says thankful. I tell you these so because like you can't read. And the third is a star that says grateful. Now, I don't have one of those fancy dancy machines that I can make vinyl words. So I got these for the words. And I did take this one off to make sure I can get them off of the wooden boxes using a putty knife. And let me tell you, they are on good and strong. I had to use a putty knife and a hammer for a little extra support, strength. This is my painter's type that I'm going to use to block off the screen, the silver sign. I have wood glue that I'm going to put these little signs on with, and I think that's all I'm going to use. So stay tuned because I work fast. Let me get started. I've taped off the little silver sign and now I'm painting everything with my black chalk paint. All around, including the edges. All right, so I decided I need to paint the black too. So I took off the label. Here's something ironic. When I turned it over to take off the label, it was from Greenbrier, which we all know is Dollar Tree. So I went to the thrift store and bought a $1 item for $1 to make a sign. So I'm going to continue painting. So I've completed painting the sign front and back, and now I'm taking off the painter's tape off the little silver sign, and I've discovered that I missed a little bit down along the bottom of the sign. So I had just bought some Jot permanent painter's markers. So I'm going to use those to go around the little silver sign to fill in the places that I missed. And then I'm going to take my 3 little signs from the Dollar Tree boxes that I bought, and I'm going to outline them and make little doodads just to make them kind of stand out. And then I will be ready to glue them onto the sign with my Gorilla wood glue. I'm using my fingers there. Sometimes I just use the wood glue right onto the piece that I'm gluing it on, but I like to be careful that I get it all around the edges, and I don't want it to squeeze out too much. Although it does dry clear, I always have something nearby that I can wipe it off if it squeezes out. Alright, so I'm getting all 3 pieces glued on there, and I'll show you what it looks like at the when I'm done, and stay tuned for the final reveal for a really nice picture of the sign at the end. DIY number 2. Alrighty, so here we are ready to do sign number 2. And the first thing I have are these 2 arrows from Dollar Tree. I want to make a really long sign, so I'm going to put these 2 arrows together, and I am going to cut off the pointed side of this arrow. I'm going to attempt to using this heavy-duty utility knife, trying only to cut the wood and not my finger. And then I'm going to flip them over and put these jumbo popsicle sticks, craft sticks on the back to try and make it sturdy using my Gorilla wood glue. The other things I have here are I'm going to paint both front sides with the Waverly plaster paint. I also have some brown paint here, acrylic paint, and some white Dollar Tree acrylic paint, and some blue paint. I have some twine in different colors. I have some novelty sunglasses. Now you all know I always have more stuff than what I'm really going to use, but I have this all gathered together. I have some little cutouts that I've made from cardboard from a cereal box. I have some cute little flip-flops, kids flip-flops. I have a foam puzzle of some different sea things, and I have a bag of seashells. All that's from Dollar Tree. The flip-flops are from Walmart. And I have a jar of our beautiful Pensacola white sand. So I'm going to get started by trying to cut this pointed part of the arrow off. And right now I'm not going to tell you too much more of what my plan is. We'll see, just have to see how it goes. Cut this off because I'm not going to need this part of the twine. I'll get those staples out later. This is pretty thick wood, so I don't know how this is going to go, but I don't have a saw, so. All right. So I was able to score it enough that then I could put it on the counter and with a hammer break it off. And it didn't come off quite evenly, but that's okay. I can use my sanding sponge and sand it off real good. And that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to flip it over and glue the 2 arrows together and put the giant jumbo popsicle sticks on the back to hold it together. So I have glued the two arrows together, and now I'm gluing the jumbo craft sticks on the back using my wood glue and using those small clips that I got at Dollar Tree. They're really quite useful in several projects. Now I'm taking my letters that I think I got these at Walmart, and I'm going to paint them blue. I took 2 coats, spelling out the word beach. So I'm doing those, and you can see I'm painting them on an old cookie sheet with parchment paper over, and that's because the paint doesn't stick to the parchment paper. And after I do 1 coat, I can move them aside and let them dry, and then easily move the cookie sheet back over so that I can do a 2nd coat. Now I have painted the arrows with my plaster chalk paint. I gave it 2 coats. Now I am taking my blue acrylic paint mixed with a little white, and I'm dabbing it on along the bottom to make it look like water. And I just keep dabbing till I like the way it looks and gives the kind of the illusion of water. And then I'll be taking some brown and white acrylic paint, mixing that together, and I'm going to dab that along above the water and making that look like sand. So I'm just dabbing, and I'm using the cosmetic sponges to do that. Very easy. You can get those at Dollar Tree. They come in a whole pack. So I'm just dabbing, having a good old time. I have my arrows, it's real stuck together real well, and I've painted it with the blue and white down below and the mixed brown and white up above using my cosmetic sponges. All right, so now I'm ready to start decorating the sign. And the first thing I'm gonna do is put on the word beach. And if you've been with me before, you know I like to put my letters on not in a straight line. Number 1, it's easier. And number 2, I think it adds interest for the eye. And number 3, I'm not very good at putting things on straight, and it always looks wonky. So this way, it looks like it's supposed to be this way. So I'm going to use my Gorilla Wood Glue. Now the fun part, I'm gonna decorate it, getting the word beach on there, and then I'm gonna take that spray glue, and let me warn you, wherever you spray, something is going to stick. So I'm gonna take the spray glue and I'm gonna spray all over the sign, and I'm gonna take that Pensacola white sand and I'm gonna just pour it on the sign, as you'll see in just a minute. So I'm spraying and I'm pouring, but we know the beach has a lot of sand, so I'm putting a lot of sand on my sign. And then you see that little yellow sun laying there on the table. That was a pair of sunglasses that I took apart, and I'm going to use that as a sun. And then you'll see the other things I put on there. Okay, so I'm going to take that fish from that puzzle. And then I put a little sailboat over there. There I'm putting the sun on, up there in the corner. And the sailboat right underneath it. And gonna hot glue that fish on there underneath the beach sign. And the flip-flops, there's one of the flip-flops gonna go right in the middle. Couldn't fit the other flip-flop on, so I just used one. Then I have some seashells I'm going to put on. Oh, there's those fancy pink seashell sunglasses. Put those on. Now I'm putting on some seashells. And just stay tuned because I will show you in the final reveal what my beach sign looks like. I think it came out really cute. I really enjoyed doing this project. It was a lot of fun. So stay tuned for the final reveal. Oh, I will show you in just a minute. I hot glued some twine on the back so I could hang it up. Of course, since I used 2 arrows, I had to make an extra long piece of twine on the back to hang it up. Oh, more sand, of course. You're never going to have too much sand for the beach. So here's my first sign, Home Sweet Home. I think it came out real cute. Very pleased with it. And here is the beach sign. I'll get a close-up here. Beach. Let me know in the comments below what you think of my signs.